Hey guys, welcome back to Popverse. Today, we're diving into the heart-wrenching, soul-stirring, and emotional episode 11 of Heavenly Ever After. And if you haven't seen the earlier episodes yet, don't worry. We've got all the links in the description below. The episode opens right where we left off. Somya had thrown a cup at Nagjun and stormed out of the house. Now, Nagjun is meeting with the director, only to find out that the director already knows everything. But the director doesn't offer help. He simply says, "This is your case. I can't interfere." A stunned Nagjun asks, "Then what should I do?" The answer? You can't do anything. Let Basuk handle it. Cut to Hisu, who's become a local celebrity after winning the contest. Fans gather around her asking for autographs. Nagjun watches quietly from a distance, then walks over and takes her away. Hisu, clearly nervous, thanks him and confesses how anxious she was. "Did you watch the contest?" she asks. Nagjun doesn't answer, but it's clear he did. At home, the trio, Nagjun, Hisu, and Somya, are having dinner. Somya suddenly asks, "Do you know who Uno is?" Hisu, confused, replies, "I've never heard that name before." Somya then turns to Nagjun, who also denies knowing anything. That night, Nagjun brings Somya into a room and asks, "Are you insane? Why are you asking her about that?" Somya blurts out, "You said Uno is your and he's a son." But she doesn't remember anything. "I need to ask her." Nagjun tries to stop her. Somya, near tears, asks, "Did you ever love me?" He replies, "I could never hate you." The moment hangs heavy in the air. Meanwhile, the imposter from the contest is also enjoying fame. Visitors come to see him, and among them is a suckbye. She pulls him aside and confesses, "I lied in the contest. I said you were my son. Now I've lied again. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe you'll go to hell." But he reassures her. If something bad was meant to happen, it would have happened already. Elsewhere, the two dogs from earlier episodes are on the metro, searching for the people who once abused them. They find and bite them, then go to relieve themselves. While looking in the mirror, the main dog realizes in his past life he was also a dog who did something terrible. Back at night, Nagjun steps outside and spots Somya. She's holding a pillow and walking toward Hisu, who's fast asleep. It looks like she's about to harm her, but instead, she gently places the pillow under Hisa's head. The next morning, Hisu wakes up and asks Somya, "Was it a lie, what you said about the pastor being your son?" Somya nods. "I said it so I could help him. I wanted to give him money." The pastor is shown reading the reincarnation book. Soon, Hisu walks in. He tells her, "I'm going to be reincarnated." Shocked, she asks, "What brought this on?" He reveals that the director told him he was eligible. Hisu asks, "Don't you want to wait for your mom?" But he shakes his head. Hisu agrees and prepares him for what's to come, telling him how hard Earth can be and what he'll need to learn. Back at home, Somya confesses to Nagjun, "Last night I was going to kill Hisu. I thought the three of us couldn't stay together, but I stopped. I don't know why. Maybe you should kill me before I try again." Nagjun hugs her instead. "How could I ever hurt you?" Isukbai is now giving the pastor dating advice, preparing him for Earth. She shares a memory about how she once caught fire and Nagjun saved her. The pastor asks, "Why did you catch fire?" She laughs it off, saying, "Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't remember anymore." Later, the dogs visit the pastor. One of them confesses, "I made a mistake. When I was hungry, I barked at a little boy near a church. He ran off crying. I didn't know then, but now I remember. That boy was Uno. I scared him. I'm sorry." Uno, now the pastor, forgives him. "It wasn't your fault. You were just hungry." Nagjun and Somya go to a forest and share a quiet moment. Somya holds his hand. As they're hanging out, Sonli arrives. She confronts Nagjun, saying, "You know how I feel about people who hurt my mom. I hate Somya." Somya overhears this and feels crushed. Trying to lighten the mood, she asks Nagjun for a piggyback ride, just like he once gave Hisu. He agrees. Somya then says, "I know why you're being kind. You think I'll leave? But I want. Even if you go to hell, I'll follow you. Meanwhile, Isekbai says goodbye to Uno and reminds him to prepare for reincarnation. Uno offers to drop her home one last time. When he returns, he's crying, knowing he'll never see Hasu again. Hasu visits Nagjun. She breaks down, saying, I didn't cry in front of the pastor. I didn't want to stop him from being reincarnated. But I'll miss him. If only we had a child. Nagjun gently asks, Don't you remember anything? She's confused, and he finally says, I'm talking about our happiness. She's startled. You scared me, she says, and they embrace, watched silently by Somya. Somya storms off in anger, smashes a wedding vending machine, and demands to go to hell. But Somli appears and tells her, even if you go to hell, it won't matter. The memories you have, they're not yours. You're not even human. And just like that, she vanishes. Hasu leaves the house to say goodbye to Uno. Meanwhile, Somya questions Nagjun. Who am I? Am I not human? My memories are back, but I still don't know who I am. Nagjun recalls what the director once told him. That Somya is actually a suck, reborn from the pain of losing her son. At that moment, Somya sees a vision of Uno and hears someone call her Ani. Then she vanishes. Isekbai rushes through heaven, trying to find Uno. She suddenly remembers everything. The truth hits her. The pastor is her son. His name is Uno. Nagjun can't find Somya anywhere. He searches the church, but Isekbai isn't there either. Then he recalls how Somya once stared at a mirror. He rushes home and finds the mirror, and inside he sees Isekbai and Somya facing off. Isekbai admits, it was my fault. Somya responds, yes it was. Just as she tries to attack Isekbai, Nagjun screams, stop! Now the past is revealed, the full story. Isekbai was once with her son Uno. They were shopping when Uno saw a toy he wanted. She refused and he pouted. She told him to follow her, thinking he would. But when she turned back, Uno was gone. Panicked, she ran to the church, the spot they had agreed on if they ever got separated. But he wasn't there. The dog was, though, the same one who barked at Uno. Scared, the boy had run off. Isekbai filed a police report. Nagjun told her to eat, but she refused. He went to the police, to Officer Django, and begged for help. He even offered bribes. But nothing worked. In one moment of despair, Isekbai attacked Officer Django, but Nagjun stopped her. She became obsessed, treating dolls like her son. Nagjun eventually burned them. During this, her clothes caught fire, and Nagjun saved her. Eventually, they went to a welfare center, but Uno wasn't there. Just when they were about to give up, Nagjun spotted Django and chased him, demanding his son back. But it was too late. Nagjun was hit by a car and hospitalized. Days passed. Isekbai stayed by his side. When he woke up, a nurse reassured her, You don't have to worry about your son anymore. But Isekbai whispered, We never had a son. She must be talking about someone else. Back in the present, Somya tries to kill Isekbai, but Nagjun arrives just in time. It's my fault, he says. I helped bring Uno here. In a flashback, we see Nagjun saving Hasu from drowning and telling her, Kill me if you must. Suddenly, the pastor appears. It's Uno. I'm your son, he says to Isekbai. She sobs, Forgive me. I should have bought you that toy. But Uno replies, No, forgive me. I shouldn't have been stubborn. He explains what happened. He waited at the church like he was told. But then Officer Jenga showed up and took him away. He was kept in a warehouse with other kids. And because of the cold, he died. Uno tells his mom, You've been through enough. It's time for you to go. Isekbai vanishes. Uno turns to Nagjun and Hasu. You're my parents, he says. Then he remembers, before his reincarnation, the director had told him the truth. Hasu was his real mother. As he prepares to leave, he says, We'll never be apart. We'll meet again because we're family. And with that, he reincarnates. In the final flashback, we see Nagjun with Hasu and Uno all together and happy as a family. Nagjun then brings Hasu home, And that's where this episode ends. We'll see you in episode 12. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Popverse for more recaps of Heavenly Ever After. Until next time, bye.